Hi Capricorn, welcome. So Capricorn, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So Capricorn, when I was meditating on the energy prior to starting the reading, I was getting the song Oh Happy Day, which is a beautiful song, right? And I just felt, I don't know, good. I felt good in the energy. I felt called to do this reading because technically you weren't necessarily next in the order, but for some reason I just felt Capricorn vibes today and I felt good vibes. So like good vibes all around. Let's go with that. It is rounding out the end of your birthday season, going into Aquarius season, and it just feels good, right? So I'm really loving the energy that I'm feeling, and hopefully the cards reflect that. So let's get into it and see. So you have the card of Saturn and the card of Death and Rebirth. So Capricorn, Scorpio energy showing up. Some of you could have that in your chart or be connecting with those energies during this time frame. But it's talking about, interestingly enough, like this very serious, structured, disciplined type of energy. And then right on the heels of that, some sort of transformation happening in the environment. So I feel like there is a possibility of cycles ending during this time or things changing, going through transformations as we go into 2023. But it's like making you wiser, right? Making you stronger. And yes, in a way, I feel like it is making you more disciplined, Capricorn, but at the same time, it feels good. Like this isn't... It is serious, but it's not like a heavy energy. It's almost like, I feel like you're up for the task, right? Or you're going to have the energy to be able to get through whatever obligations you need to get through, whatever responsibilities that you have, out with the old, in with the new, very New Year's-y type of vibe that I'm feeling here. But this card also does talk about self-control, and I'm also getting something around self-limiting behaviors. So very interesting. We'll dig into it and see what that could be about for you, Capricorn. So let's see. We are going to go into the headspace first, what you've got going on there, and then we're going to look at the heart space, the emotions, how you're feeling, what's going on within love, and then the big spiritual picture and future outcome. So let's get us started. Capricorn, your cards are flying out. Okay, so Two of Wands, King of Swords, and Six of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. You know what? I don't know who sings this, but he says, and I'm feeling good. Is it... Who is that? I don't know. I keep hearing that song over and over again. It's like a song about feeling good, but it also has a serious tone to it. So, again, very interesting message here. So you have the Two of Wands, King of Swords. This is a good time to think about your future planning, things that you want to do moving into 2023. There's some success here. There's recognition available for you. And yet also this very grounded, sturdy vibe. So I feel like whatever you've got going on, Capricorn, a lot of you have reached some sort of mastery level with that or within your own spiritual growth. Not saying you're completed and that's the end of your spiritual growth. Absolutely not. We're always growing. But we do reach these peaks where we have grown enough to go to the next level. And I feel like whatever you have going on right now, it seems to me like you're reaching or coming up on the next level, getting ready to elevate energetically, but also elevate your life. Some of you also financially, but again, this is more so just on a spiritual level, getting some energetic nudges towards the next level of whatever you have going on. It's just like, allow yourself to feel good about whatever accomplishments that you've achieved here, Capricorn, because honestly, there's a lot to look forward to as we go into this upcoming year. Some of you, yes, there's going to be some endings, but they will make you wiser. And with that will come changes, which will bring about a new learning curve for you, spiritually speaking, but also provide you with a platform for growth for whatever you're looking to do in your future. this is beautiful energy because to me, it's like getting out of survivor mode and going into thriving mode and then leveling up from there, right? So, you know, throughout life, we go through different phases, different progressions, and sometimes life gets really hard where all we can do is just focus on the moment and get through it and survive. And some of you have had that experience, right? But I feel like the energy feels really fresh right now. So now it seems more so of like moving away from that space and now having a little bit of space, clarity, the ability to choose, having a little bit more freedom to go into thriving mode where you're able to think about your goals, where you're able to think about your future, where you're able to put that effort in, right? So some of you, you may have had this period of difficulty with being able to see that, foresee how something was going to come together, having trouble feeling it out, maybe even feeling like you were not enough or a failure. And it's time to flip the script on that, Capricorn. And the way that you flip the script on that is to change your perception and remind yourself that the universe has the wherewithal to deliver anything you want. I do mean anything you want. And there's a lot of people that are walking proof of this on this earth, and you are no exception to that rule. Any one of us can have whatever it is that we choose when we believe our worth, when we allow insight, when we keep positive, when we have faith, when we understand that everything is working out for us, not against us, for us. There's nothing that you've ever called to you that was not part of your spiritual growth. And there's some sort of level setting here. There's some sort of understanding about that. And because some of you are reaching that understanding, you're being elevated to the next level where things may feel like they're coming to you a bit easier, where, you know, they're giving me the word flight of ideas, where you may have a flight of ideas coming through and inspiration. So let's see what's going on in the emotional sector for Capricorn. The High Priestess, the Five of Swords. Is it Michael Bublé that sings that? And I'm feeling good. It's gonna drive me crazy. All right, anyways, so this is really interesting energy. First of all, I got walking contradiction. I actually feel like Aquarius energy can sometimes be a walking contradiction. And as an Aquarius myself, I can say that's true. But I'm also close to the cusp of Capricorn, with my birthday being the 23rd of January. And I also have a lot of Capricorn in my chart. And there is a little bit of that contradictory energy there, where on one hand you're very intuitive, but on the other hand you're also very practical and logical, and sometimes that blocks your intuition, Capricorn. And then there's this part of you that knows when to call it a day and to find peace in a situation, but there's also this very feisty, is that the word? Part of you that certainly will put your walls up and have your boundaries there if you need to. And I feel like you might be going back and forth between those two, those few aspects of your personality, which, if you really thought about it, Capricorn, life tends to go a bit easier for you when you are a bit easy about it, when you're not so stringent on yourself, when you're not so guarded, you know, when you don't allow yourself to get stuck in the stress or the details of something. Things just flow easier, and that's not a coincidence. That's what it means when they say in the spiritual community, don't get in your own way. How do we get in our own way? By letting our negative thoughts naysay our desires, you know, by beating something to death in our mind, or looking at the problem for too long. It's all right to identify problems, because problems are presented to you so that the solution can be presented to you. But so many times people get so stuck in the problem that the solution is being offered, but they're not paying attention. They're not hearing the call. They're not receiving the solution, because they're problem oriented. Problem. Have you ever met anybody that finds a problem with anything? Yeah. And most of them would say, well, I'm a realist. You know, I'm just being real with you. And although sometimes the reality is that there's a problem, you're not going to find the solution there, because the solution is still in the ethers, yet to be created, yet to be received. And it cannot become a reality until you become a match to the solution. And you cannot become a match to the solution while you're focused on the problem. So how do you become a match to the solution? You got to take your mind off of it, ease yourself, soothe yourself, find things around you that bring you joy. And as you move into that energy, the call comes, the right timing comes, the answer comes, and things begin to work out. This is always true. It's just that most people walk around unconscious of their own power, and so they think it's coincidence, luck. They had a good day, you know. They don't put it together that, no, on that day, you allowed yourself to be receptive, and on the other days you didn't. But that is what it always boils down to. And once you become conscious of that, Capricorn, I almost called you Cancer, then you can intentionally move your vibration day after day after day. And oh, by the way, as you do that, you start to have a lot of good days, which is a terrible price to pay, right? To be happy every day. But yes, you start to be happier every day, and the solutions come, and the money comes, and the lover comes. It's about your vibration, right? And so I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, other than clearly that's part of the message. But there's this overwhelming energy coming through that's really encouraging you to look towards the solution and be in receptive mode, and to not overthink something, to trust your intuition here, Capricorn, to, instead of getting defensive and walling up, to allow yourself to be open to receive whatever it is that you are needing from the universe, and to also to receiving your own guidance, because I can sit here and guide you all day through my guidance, through my spirit guides, but you don't need me. You have your own spirit guides, you have your own intuition, you have all of it available to you. And some of you, it's about getting in tune with that, it's about getting in touch with that. It's about your spiritual evolution. It is about rising above that, and that's how you're leveling up. You're leveling up because you are now calling on the resources of the universe, which are unlimited power available to you through your connection with your higher self, through your connection with source and God, whatever you want to call it, right? Universe. And it's streaming to you. It's streaming to you. And sometimes you're in receptive mode and you get it and you hear the call and it comes easy to you. But then there's other times where you are in problem mode and you block the solutions and you wall off your ability to create a solution. So it's kind of like this message is about kind of like getting out of your own way by letting go of some things that are holding you back. And I'm not talking about people, places, things. I'm talking about thought patterns that you've developed over the years. And a lot of you call it being real. Being real. But Spirit is saying, instead of being real, why not be optimistic? It's not going to hurt you. It might actually make you a little bit happier. You know, small price to pay, right? Yet again. But a lot of people are afraid of being accused of being naive or having rose-colored glasses or whatever. But that's because most people don't understand law of attraction. They have no idea how the universe works and how they're contributing to their life circumstances. But you do. And I know that you do, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here and you certainly wouldn't be following me. You're smarter than that, right? You get it, that what you think about is what you receive out of the universe, and continually thinking thoughts that are problem-oriented will only create more problems in your life. And so it's about stepping back, Capricorn. It's about allowing the changes to come in. It's about taking that wisdom and feeling good about how much you've accomplished and who you currently are and where you're headed, because the future is looking bright. So let's go a little bit deeper here. Queen of Wands, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I can't get that song out of my head now. Okay, and then you have the Fool and the Ten of Pentacles. So, Capricorn, this is beautiful. This is you getting out of your own way. I could have been preaching to the choir. A lot of you have already done the work. There's still some kinks, you know, in the energy. There's always going to be, though, because we need it for our growth, right? And that's what keeps us eternal, is having things to figure out. And you're a good problem solver. But now it's time to move away from problem solving into solution finding. And it's a whole different vibration. It's a whole different world, Capricorn, up here in the high elevations, right? But if you had been feeling a sense of lack or loneliness or emptiness, that's starting to dissipate, right? You're starting to align more with what feels good to you. And as you do that, it opens up your mind, which opens up possibilities, right? And it's kind of like getting your rest in and allowing your brain to rest so that when the solution is presented to you, you don't ignore it. Some of you, there's been something here that's been waiting for you, and maybe you've been waiting for it, but you've not been in receptive mode, so it keeps getting missed, okay? There's a need to, again, relax your energy so that you don't miss the opportunity that's being presented to you, Capricorn. And there is an opportunity being presented in January and February. It's on an emotional level. I heard emotionally satisfying, but you have to allow yourself to feel that satisfaction first in order to become a match to it, which means whatever you're doing right here, right now, be satisfied. Just be satisfied. Wherever you're at in your life, right here, right now, be satisfied. And as you sit in that satisfaction, watch as the universe brings you more satisfying outcomes. Okay? So, I don't mean to get all serious with you, but it's like, this is how the message is coming through. See, at the same time, like, it's serious, but playful. And that's kind of the approach that you're being encouraged to have, is to be serious, but playful, you know, to relax a little bit. There's definitely creativity coming through. You may feel an energy boost also as we go throughout January into February. And then here's a time and an opportunity to take some action. And it has to deal with, really, for some of you, it's a financial risk. And I heard no reward, no risk, no reward. Okay. Some of you might get this inspiration, right, to move on something or act on something or do something. May or may not be related to finances. Take it or leave it, however it resonates. Could also be in relationships. But you get this urge, this inspiration. Follow your inspiration. Okay? I mean it. Like when you get into a really good feeling space and you feel inspired to action, to do something, that action is in alignment with your spirit, with your highest good, and that's the time to move on it, okay? And it may not be like super obvious right away. It could be something like really, that seems really menial. Like you might get inspired to go to the grocery store, right? But at the grocery store, you may run into someone that has a solution for you, or, you know, whatever. That's just an example, but it's like, it doesn't have to be like the inspired idea is a book that you're going to write or how you're going to change the world. You know what I mean? Like spirit inspires us through little nudges that result in big outcomes. So follow the little intuitive nudges that you're getting. You're actually getting a lot of intuitive nudges, but you're only receptive most of the time. They're saying part of the time, half the time, about half the time. Some of you are having about 50% good days, 50% bad, or a mix of the two during the day. But when you're in that good feeling space, you are 100% receiving intuitive nudges about whatever this is that you have on your mind, whatever decision that you're needing to make. And don't ignore those, Capricorn. And I'm not talking about like writing it down and doing it later. No, when you feel an intuitive nudge to make a phone call, right, and you're in a good feeling space, or to do some sort of activity right here, right now. Do it right here, right now. Don't put it off for another day. And also vice versa. When you're in a bad feeling space, if you feel a nudge to do something, weigh it out first. Weigh it out first. Okay? Sometimes we get influenced by other energies, entities, when we're not in the best energetic place. So, but the ones that you receive while you're in the good feeling place are an absolute must, because they are being delivered to you. There is more security and stability coming in for you, I feel, that's really going to help you feel grounded and accomplished and next level. Like some of y'all are ready for the next level. In your mind you are, but there's still some energetic kinks to work out. And all it really has to deal with is prioritizing your mood and feeling good and being a little bit more consistent with it. They're giving me the number 14 days. I did a 14-day challenge a few months ago, and the challenge was really simple. And I actually think I shared it with you guys. But the challenge was that every day for 14 days, I was only going to focus on what I'm grateful for, the positives, to intentionally make each day the best it could be, regardless of my life circumstances. And I'm not gonna lie, I slipped a few times. It sounds really simple, but I also had a lot personally going on that wasn't so positive. But for the most part, I was able to maintain it. And the first benefit I received is I felt energetically immediately better, because I had given myself permission to not worry or look at the problem for 14 days. You could do 7 days, 3 days, whatever. I chose to do 14 days. And just that sense of relief alone of like, wow, I don't have to think about that. And then when my mind would go there, I would say, no, not today. Not for another 14 days, and then intentionally do something that made me feel good. So that was the first benefit. The second benefit was, by the end of the 14 days, a lot of the problems I was focused on were all up here to begin with. None of it actually manifested, right? So then I was able to step back and away from that situation. And then the third benefit was the actual problems that still remained, a solution came through. Or a minimal insight that helped me feel a little bit better about the situation. Mindset. Most people think that they're searching for an outcome to feel good about their life. The perfect job, the perfect outfit, the house, the partner, the whatever, until they get it, and then they realize they still want more. We will forever want for more, because that's how we create life. It's not so much the thing and the person and the job that you're looking for to make you feel good. It's learning how to train your mind to feel good anyways. And that's where true freedom is at. That's the freedom you seek. The freedom you seek is here. It's the ability to feel good no matter what. Yeah, that's the true power. And I feel like, why do they keep wanting to give me Miley Cyrus? I know she's all over the news right now, but they're giving me a song for her. I actually suppressed the Flowers song that came through earlier, which wasn't her ex, Capricorn, maybe. I think so. But the song they're giving me now is Mother's Daughter. Oh, I can't sing that. She says, don't F with my freedom. I came up to get me some. I'm nasty, I'm evil. Must be something in the water, or that I'm my mother's daughter. It's a song about empowerment, obviously, with a little bit of attitude, because Smiley has a little bit of an attitude to her. I like her, though. So random, right? That's the freedom you're seeking. That's the freedom you're really looking for. And once you find that, it really doesn't get much better than that. Although it will get better from there. It will get better from there. Because so-and-so's opinion that used to irritate you is not going to be able to irritate you anymore. Not because they still don't have that same, crappy opinion about you, but because you no longer care. And I don't mean just pretending you don't care, but then thinking about it and dwelling how wrong they did you. I'm talking about genuinely detaching from it. Genuinely saying, hey, you think what you want, but I love me. You know what? And actually, now that I'm in a loving space, I love you too. Even though you're being a jerk. But that's all right. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this lackadaisical, like, I almost said a bad word. Like this free spirit approach. Free spirit approach. That's the approach to take. That's the approach to take. That's what's going to get you what you want. But there is a new beginning here. There is more stability coming in. There's recognition that's coming through, as well as insight, inspiration. And this just feels good. You know what I mean? Like, yes. So let's see what the guidance is from the law of attraction. Of course, it says when I'm feeling good, I'm allowing in good. Oh, that's like perfect. This says the way you feel is your indication of your connection to that of which is your source. The better you feel, the better your connection is. The worse you feel, the more disallowance to the connection. Nothing is more important than that you feel good, because nothing is more important than your connection to that which is your source, and from your source, all abundance follows. So, what a great message. You're tasked with one thing and one thing only for January going into February, and that is you get to feel good. So, beautiful reading, Capricorn. I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs that you might be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Aquarius. I have Scorpio. I hear Miley Cyrus again. Sagittarius. She's a Sagittarius. Aries. Leo energy here. That's the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you could do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Aquarius. And Aquarius, Capricorn. Oh, I called you Cancer, then I called you Aquarius. Some of you might be dealing with those. Capricorn. Anyways, thank you for joining me, Capricorn. I love you so much. Till next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.